Here we are today with Nature Harmony Station team in Germany and also Green Clean team in Australia. And this video is designed to make a Nature Harmony Station NHS 2.0 in English.
So yeah, we're very excited today to be here with the founder Urs Wirtz. Yeah. And also Hubert Schmidt.
Thank you.
And myself, I'm Sabine. I'm part of Green Clean Australia. And we have the great honor to be here today, live in Dortmund, in Germany. And as I said, so Urs Wirtz, the founder, who is the weatherman in Germany, and Urs passed his divine wisdom on to Hubert Schmidt. That was in 2016, I think, when you started, and all the weather work, and ever since then Hubert and his wife Angela, they've been building harmony stations for all the time, and I think it's now like 15,000 devices worldwide out there, and it's growing, and the awareness of people is growing, and so yeah, very happy to be here today. And so what are we going to do today? What are we seeing? And
we're on the way to show you how to build the NHS. Very simple. Everyone can do it. You can be professor or you can be housewife, doesn't matter. It works both. You can be intelligent or stupid, it will work. You will see. We saw any people in the classes to build it, and it works always fine.
Okay, so if anyone wants to build an NHS kit in Germany or near Europe, then Hubert is your man. Also, Urs does the orgone beams and the 3.0s and the particular structuring balls. And us in Australia and New Zealand, you can also find the kits with us. So this is what's inside a kit. We have some paper. Point to the paper.
Yeah.
Yep. We have some felt, which is sheep's wool.
Yep.
And then we also have the pole, the 1.5 meter pole with 60 millimeter diameter and 2 millimeter walls.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have the steel wool. Yep. And we have the minerals, which are special minerals that come with the kits. We have some scissors. We have some tape, which comes with the kit, and also a pencil and a marker, and then the activation kit.
Yep.
So this video will be the first part of how to build the NHS 2.0. For this, you would just need some scissors, a marker and a pencil, and also a ruler. Okay, so we're going to get started. And what's the first process?
The first process is marking the tube on 10 centimeters or 4 inches and 60 centimeters. That's the place where the layers go around.
10 centimeters and 60 centimeters, okay.
Yeah. So we don't use this anymore.
Second
part is to glue the chip on the tube, so we have always a natural vibration on the tube.
And what mark does the chip get stuck?
In between.
We just underneath the layers, so you don't lose it. I fix it, and it's there.
Okay.
The tube is like an antenna, and would take all radiation from outside. And with this chip, we make an overlay over these radiations, so it's natural.
Okay. And the chip is shiny side up, so the shiniest side facing you.
The copper side is up, and the dark side is down.
Okay.
So it's the right way.
Okay.
Then we always measure with a string. It's much more comfortable than other things. The first layer is a paper layer to insulate it. It's this here.
So you've measured the diameter of the pole.
The diameter.
Extra 3 centimeters.
Yeah, with 2 to 3 centimeters extra, and then we cut it and we put it around this one. Yep. See, look, that is correct here. Yep.
Okay, so you measured the diameter plus 3 centimeters, you've cut the piece of paper, and now you're fixing the paper onto the pole.
Yep. Mach mal.
And that's the first layer of paper installation on the pole with the universal chip so far.
Okay, in der Mitte noch einen. And I fix the layer always once that it won't move here while we build it. Just the first layer, so it won't move. And
Don't move on the tube.
we see always here it starts.
So
To
we've
here.
got the fixed tape at the top so the paper doesn't move around.
So in the next layer will be the first. Was ist das? No.
Sheet.
The first sheep wool layer. I measure the diameter. We do the same again. It's this and 3 centimeters more. Here, ist gut.
Ein bisschen mehr. Nicht zu knapp.
So once again, the diameter plus 3 centimeters.
The best is always to put this underneath the table, so you can use the sheep wool. Klapp auf, it's offen.
Ja.
Then put it close to up. Then fold it in. Cut it
Ja.
2 centimeters more, so it goes completely around.
So at the top of the paper there, Urs, do you have a gap above the paper, or above the felt and the paper, or is it level? Can you show the people?
It's like this.
Is there 1 centimeter gap?
1 centimeter gap on top, but this is longer, so it works.
And the
And
overlap at the bottom?
overlap is 2 centimeters, so we get around and we cut the edges and throw them in.
Yep. So 1 centimeter from the top of the paper.
Yeah.
The felt should sit down 1 centimeter, and then on the bottom it should overlap 2 centimeters.
Yeah.
Here we have
So-
a mineral mix.
And we put it on. Muss ein bisschen tiefer. Sonst stauben die alle so.
Nice even layer of minerals. These are special minerals.
This is paramagnetic stuff to increase the power of the system. Always look that you have 90 degrees here, so you roll it around correct. Mach mal fest. It's good to work with 2 people, because 4 hands is much easier. And another one here. Okay.
Okay. So
war genau
Hubert
verkehrt
was
rum.
getting the tape ready while the
Das
other
ist verkehrt
person
rum.
was preparing the roll.
Ich muss von unten anfangen zu wickeln.
I did it from the wrong direction. The last one I made is maybe 5 years ago. We have to start here.
That's what happens if you go from the wrong direction. So you want to go from the bottom up.
Yeah.
And always have the 3
Mach mal in die
pieces
Mitte
of
ein.
tape ready. And try and keep it nice and firm and tight.
Yeah. We shut it. Und dann macht es.
Alright.
So.
So Hubert's going to mark the piece of paper. That's the first layer with felt minerals.
Yes. Now we have the next layer. It's a little bit thicker with the steel wool. It's
So once again, the
like
diameter,
this. Hier der Strich
Plus.
da rein.
the diameter plus 3 centimeters again, yeah?
Yeah, plus 2 to 3 centimeters.
2 to 3 centimeters.
For Australia, 1 inch.
For
So.
America, as well, yeah.
Warte mal. Mach mal den Überstand nach oben.
So, dann hast du gleich zu wickeln.
Yeah. We stretch it a little. So that is thick enough. Mach das ruhig. Schub es ran. Genau.
So is there any overlap of the steel wool?
On one side, yes, a little bit.
What is the overlap
1 centimeter.
1 centimeter overlap of the steel wool at the top of the paper,
Ja.
facing the
Warte mal,
camera.
mal gucken. You see the overlap, and then it goes in and connects. We close it.
So when doing the steel wool, use spirals.
Yeah.
Then you know what is underneath.
Yeah.
So you can remember every time
Yep.
the last one was steel wool and not the sheep wool.
So last time we did 5 straight, 6 straight, and now we're using spirals for the steel wool. So for the felt, 5 pieces straight, for the steel wool, spiral. So if you happen to have to stop for any reason, this is why the checklist is good, so you remember where you're up to.
So, schneid's 2 Zentimeter
So
drüber ab.
once again, they measure the diameter. There's an overlap at the top. Oh no, the top is level with the paper, and the overlap is at the bottom, 2 to 3 centimeters.
So, overlap.
Minerals again. And this is the second layer of wool felt.
For the mineral, it's important not too much. Don't use a kilo for one station.
Okay.
It's
So at the moment we have 1 full felt layer, wool layer, and 1 steel wool layer. After that, how many more layers are there?
7 layers of each. Always wool fleet, then steel wool. Yeah.
So it's
Listen.
the first layer of wool and felt, and then 6 more alternating layers. And you can see
bisschen länger schneiden.
this one is pretty tight, so that's why it's always good to have a little bit of room to play with. So when the paper rolls up, there's enough room. So they've fixed it together with the tape. And they're going to do straight tape for this layer. Mark it off. Once again, measure the circumference.
Das ist liegen. Bam, bam,
After you
bam.
measure the circumference, add the excess 3 centimeters, mark it, cut the paper, and onto the steel wool again. How long have you been doing this, Hubert?
Since 10 minutes.
Since 10 minutes now. Around 10 years we are working with Urs, and we make all the workshops in whole Europe, in Austria, in Switzerland, in Germany, and the people call us up to ask for an appointment, and so we go there with all the material, and the people can do everything, and when they go at home,
Immer.
careful. When the people go at home, they can installation the NHS
They can,
directly because they have all the material what you need.
ja. Jetzt bin ich wieder langsam auf dem Trichter.
So if anyone wants to contact Hubert or Urs, there will be links in the description of this video, and also for us at Green Clean in Australia and New Zealand, or people that want to work with English, reach out and we can help you.
Yep.
So how many layers do we have now, guys?
Two. Two.
Two of each.
2 of each.
So there's a total of how many to go?
7 together. And
Five more.
five more now.
One more of each.
Yeah.
Oh,
So once again, they measure the circumference plus the 3 centimeters. They're cutting the felt to size, and then they're going to add the minerals.
genau, mach die Ecken weg.
So in the kit, you'll find everything you need except the bucket, which will be a bucket with no holes. And it's good to use a bucket bigger than 30 litres, up to 52 litres. And a good durable bucket that will last in nature. Also, you will need to find the pole, which is 1.5 metres
Warte mal.
in length, 60 millimetres in diameter, and 2 millimetre walls.
If it gets bigger, you can put a little tape in here to fix it. That is
So
very,
it's easier to work.
ja. Warte mal, lass liegen.
So you fix the wool felt to the top of the paper to stop it from moving around. And you can see the nice layer where it encloses on itself. Tack it off with the tape. So if you were to do a workshop with Hubert,
Pardon?
Nee,
if you were to make a workshop with Hubert, then everything will be provided, including the bowl and the bucket. But if you were to have it sent in the mail, you would have to find the bucket and the pole because it's too hard for us to ship the pole and the bucket in the mail.
No, in Europe it's possible to send also the pole because it's with expedition it's possible to send it together. The kit with the pole.
And the bucket?
No, the bucket no.
Okay.
It's too cheap to send the bucket.
And in Australia, we also ship a built unit, already made, to save you from this process. We make it for you, and we ship it ready to go, ready to be installed. And Hubert's just saying he does the same. So there's going to start to be more still wool being used because the layers are getting wider.
yeah. Now we take 3 and we overlay them a little bit so they have a good contact. Warte mal.
So you can see there's an overlay at the bottom, still wool, and also a little gap from the top.
Knapp geschnitten.
Ja, ein bisschen größer.
When you receive your NHS kit, you will also have a manual, which will have some instructions in the manual. Step-by-step process. Start. And there we have the process. And everything you need, all the information comes in the manual. So what layer are we up to now, guys?
Fourth fleet wool. Fleet.
Sheep wool.
4th layer fleet. If you have it under the table, it's best to work. Gut. Du holst Mineralien.
So don't forget to cut the corners at the bottom of the felt.
So that they don't hang out
Yeah.
at the bottom and the top.
Minerals.
Warte mal, der ist nicht ganz drin, der muss hier ein Stückchen weiter rein. Ja. Jetzt ist es richtig. Das ist kein Problem.
Ja. Das ist besser vom Überstand.
Yep. Ja, und dann hier hinten ein.
As you can see, the process is very repetitive, making the alternating layers. So we've measured the circumference again. The paper comes pre-folded, and it's special craft paper with 80 GSM. Quite durable paper.
Oops.
So, if you're building an NHS kit, it's good to always do it with someone, make it a fun process, set some intentions of what you want to do with the weather, how you want to harmonise the environment, and just make it a lovely, fun process for the highest good of nature. How many layers are we up to now, David?
It's finished the fourth
Fourth double layer. Yeah.
and beginning the fifth.
So, first built the first NHS when he had enough of what he was seeing in the weather in the form of unnatural things that are happening in the sky. He decided to make something to help the situation. So he worked with the principle of Wilhelm Reich's technology, but added to it to resonate more with nature. And this is what we have now, is the harmony station with the same principle of Wilhelm Reich with the accumulator, which is the organic and non-organic materials, but added with a special universal chip which grounds the energies, also sitting in structured water, and as well as the minerals. It all makes the perfect combination for it to work better with nature. It's a balanced system that always works. You're not going to get too much rain or not enough rain. It's always going to work with nature for the highest good of the area.
Yeah. To bring everything in balance.
Bring back to the balance.
Yep.
remember the spirals are for the steel wool layers, and this is only so you know where you're up to. The first time I built an NHS kit in Australia was very hard because the instructions were in broken English and also in German, and we had no idea what to do, so I decided to start Green Clean in order to help people understand how it works, teach people, to educate people so everyone can do it without having to translate back and forth between Germany. So Urs, you started this how many years ago again?
I started in 2015 to build the first NHS 2.0. Before I built it as a simple one, but it works just for 4 weeks. And then we decided to work with the layers. And with the layers, we had a permanent reaction, and it works permanent in the weather.
On the same sort of principle as a tree. In a tree you will find different layers, and in nature, normally in a healthy forest environment with no aluminium or heavy metals in the sky or pollution, the forest would call out for rain and release resonance to form rain. So what these harmonizers are doing, they're resonating with nature, helping bring flow back into the area to remove stagnation.
Yeah. Passiert.
Also for anyone that builds their own harmony stations, they might feel the energy of orgone. So I'm being part of the Green Clean team. Whenever I build the harmony stations, I can feel the energy. Sometimes I feel like a certain warmth or a pulsation, or at least already that sense of harmony while building it. And that's also why when Brad said about to set intentions and feel that's all working together. Do you also feel that sometimes when you build them with Angela, do you feel that energy sometimes will get that it's quite
if you popularly if you work in a room which is closed, so if you are building 10-15 stations, so the energy goes up. So we had one time 3 years ago in a very old house and an old castle with walls like 1 meter. We have about 30 stations, and my wife in the evening was out of order. She had headache and feel bad from the stomach and so on, because the energy was so high in this old construction.
Yeah. So, but yeah, so we can see that. I mean, orgone energy is that life force, cosmic energy that
Yeah.
pulsates, that spirals, that connects the earth with the skies, and also as Hubert said, like when you do a workshop, and sometimes these guys.
Oh, it's the same. Wait 2 seconds. One time I was going to the Ostsee coast of the east of Germany. It's 700 kilometers from here. With 25 NHS pilot in the car. I wasn't be tired. I was a little bit nervous after I was coming there. And when I come at home, it was my stomach was so bad. I can't eat nothing. I for 3 days I was in my bathroom because it's come out of both sides.
Yeah, you start.
There was so much energy in the car. So it's very not dangerous, but you have to stay.
If you have a lack of energy, then healing process starts when the energy increases, and that's what is strange for the people. Ist das letzte Lage schon?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I can imagine, like, when you do a group workshop, how much the energy would amplify and expand. Like, and I think, Hubert, yesterday you said that the biggest workshop you ever had was building, what was it about?
101
101
in Switzerland
sessions.
in one day, but with 30 people, she was helping
30 services.
to control everything. Also, Urs was there.
Yeah.
And it was very was a very nice day.
Yeah, and of course, when you do a workshop with so many people, you need a lot of people, a lot of helpers, helping hands.
Yeah.
Because it's the first time for people building, and everyone is on their own set of skills or their own pace they're going in. We also run workshops in Australia, and it's a very enjoyable process, and people are really engaging, and because everyone comes within the spirit of they want to do something for nature, for themselves, bring greater harmony, and that's what brings people together. That's what
That's a very important point to bring people together,
Yeah.
because it's never mind if it is an housewife or mechanical or something else or medical. That's change nothing, but the people together, they work, they speak, and a lot of people stay in connection afterwards.
Yeah. We did also many actions with many NHS when they said you get hailstorm or you get flooding, and you can prevent this if you know how to work with it. So we have an online group, and in Germany, in my region, they made flooding, weather manipulation, and then we stopped the flooding with twice radionics, and we wrote in our groups that they all put alcohol on the NHS, 40%, and then we got a hole with clouds 100 kilometers or 200 kilometers long and 500 kilometers wide. And the next flooding rain for the next day was shown, or was they said it comes, and it comes just 2 millimeter rain, and then they killed our group and put 1,000 people out of the group when we were not in Germany.
So what's your group called, the Weatherwork group?
Our weatherwork group always starts with NHS, Nature Harmony Station, _ and then several things. We have a German group. It's called, in German word, Wetterarbeit, weatherwork in German. And there we have just separated everything. You can find any group. You find any things you need to know about products, about health. Everything what we developed and more is in there.
Yeah. And in Australia and New Zealand, we have a Telegram group also called NHS Green Clean Oz and New Zealand, and there you'll find all the installations, workshops, lots of information about the ether, orgone, all the information that you might want to look at, as well as a community of people that like to do this sort of work, as well as structuring water. That's a big part of what we do here, is structuring water in nature. When you structure-
To Folie?
When you structure water in nature, in the rivers and the lakes, you can remove the stagnation. It also helps generate natural clouds, and also cleaning the water up, making it better for the fish. So there you go, we've done all 14 layers,
Mach mal hier ein
7 of each.
Ja.
So you have the first paper
Warte mal.
installation of the chip,
Mal ein
followed
bisschen
by
mehr.
7 alternating layers,
Okay.
which equals 14 layers. Now they're onto the black plastic foil.
It's the silage foil from the farmers, and
Farmers foil from the farmers.
this farmers foil never disturbs in any. If there's hot or it doesn't matter. We have things in Spain, in Namibia, everything, and they still work. And but
It's
you don't get it everywhere. Sometimes you use
heat shrink.
heat shrink.
We use heat shrink in Australia when we build them and send them, because we find that it's going to be much more durable and last much longer. So here is a special weatherproof tape. You can see they've made it nice and taut, no wrinkles, and they've put it on to seal the black plastic foil in place. And soon we're going to show you what comes in the kit. So now we're going to cable tie the ends, both the top and the bottom, nice and tight to seal the black plastic off onto the pole. He's going to cut the excess off after he's made it very tight.
Das ist richtig gut.
There's a special tool which makes it tight.
Cool, ne?
And he's going to cut the excess off both ends, just to remove the parts that are not tucked in with the cable tie. I like to wipe the bench down before putting the plastic on, because sometimes the minerals can scratch the black plastic. And we have heat shrink. Before the heat shrink, you put in some tape. Now this can be gaffel tape or cloth tape, anything just to seal the bottom ends. You can also use electrical tape. And then the heat shrink on the top and on the bottom. So we got the heat guns. We're going to slowly melt the heat shrink on. To make it all sealed. Try and do it with the heat gun not too hot, so you don't melt.
190 degrees,
190 degrees is perfect.
not more. And every time away from this sheet.
From the foil.
Not like this, like this.
Yeah, and same when you're using the scissors, be careful not to put a hole in the black plastic.
Then you go in the way and said, "Is this room free?" Is this place free?
And
So
to finish,
he's going to finish off the top edges with the inner part of the tube just to
Yeah.
cut the excess off.
And then you see it's open,
you see it's open.
and it's
And in every workshop, I show the people a little thing. I put it on the ground, and if you look on the tube, in the first 10 millimeters, and you can see the energy is coming up. I don't know if in the video if it is to see, but with your eyes you can see it, how the energy is coming out.
sometimes it's like the light is
It looks a little bit like a distortion, like a fuzzy
Yeah.
feel.
There are some people which can see the things and they say, oh, that's different colors and that's so amazing, it's so great to see the energy which is coming out. Also here you can feel it.
you can feel it, and if you don't feel it, just this, and then feel here, and you always feel it. It's like a wind coming out.
Okay, so please explain the principle of how this works.
The different layers, the metal reflects the ether also to the inside, and the wool fleet are little tubes like the hair, and they accumulate it and bring it together, and from layer to layer it gets more dense. And so about this structure and the form, you get a torus field like this, and the torus field goes up some miles and some miles wide. So you always have an effect every time. If you are just one and only in a huge region, then you put it up, you release stagnation, and often the first rain comes. And then you can just put a metal on top, a metal bucket. After 2 or 3 weeks, leave it there for 3 to 5 days and put it away. Then you have the same effect as the beginning until you get more systems in your area. So we have some people in Morocco in a place to the Algerian border, and they are just one and only. So they put the bucket on, wait, and put the bucket off. Then you have always the beginning effect. That is quite good.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
So, yes, we are pretty much in the end here. We also, this is what the kits look like in Germany anyway.
Come back,
In Australia, we do very similar kits, and the kits have everything in them that we need from here on. Once we've built the station, whether we build it ourselves, so it's got everything in here to build them, as well as all the equipment to set it up. And
Yes, so in the bag we have the tape, the paper tape, as well as the tape or the gaffle tape, which if you don't find in your kit, you can just get any cloth tape or electrical tape. That is for the sealing of the shrink wrap. You have the wires, the green wires, which are for tying down into the bucket. You have the purple or any coloured spiral that we provide, the minerals, the tent peg, the copper, also the activation kit. So that's what's included there in a kit in the hands of Sabine. And now we're going to demonstrate how to put the NHS 2.0 into the bucket. So normally, obviously, we'll be in nature for this process, but today we're going to demonstrate here.
Yeah.
So Hubert has the green tire wire.
And the bucket, you can use any bucket. In Mongolia, we used 40-liter aluminum pots because we didn't get anything else. We have 4 holes to fix the wires that it stays. It could be a square one, it could be a long one, it could be higher or deeper, it doesn't matter.
So you have 4 wires in the kit. On the end of the wire, you make a circle like this. Put it here over the NHS, and then you put in the plastic bucket a stone in the ground.
Underneath.
Because without stone, the tube press on the plastic and there's no going water inside. Yeah.
So you have no water exchange from the tube to outside.
In In Australia, we make a special block
here.
with grooves so that
Yeah.
it can sit in. But any flat rock is good. You can find it in your yard or down the street maybe. Just a nice flat rock for the pole to sit on and allow a little bit of air into the pole.
Yeah. And then we place it in.
Now, this bucket will normally be buried in the ground, at least 1/4, if not halfway into the ground. You can go as much as 3/4 of the bucket into the ground.
Yeah.
But remember the bore holes. So when you make a hole for the bucket, you need 2 bore holes. What are the purpose of the bore holes?
Warum sind die Löcher drin?
Well,
It's better so it won't remove or won't want to go away. And it's a simple way to fix it.
Okay. So,
It should always be very simple that everyone can do it.
yeah.
And
So-
we can, if we have 2 lines, we can do this south-north direction, then it's like a pyramid.
Okay.
And that also increases the energy. And the next 2 will be here and here.
Yeah.
and you fix it a little bit strong, so you see the bucket is moving in up.
Yeah.
And if you make water in, the wire
presses
from the
down.
water press it down, and so the wires are very fixed.
Okay. So
Like-
you make it nice in tension, nice and level. I like to use a level for this process to make sure it's sitting upright.
Yeah.
Remember with the boreholes, guys, it's in the bottom and the ground, and the hole that you dig, one north, one south, and this is designed for the water to pool up and drain underneath, so the bucket doesn't start to lift out of the ground. So here we have the copper.
The copper in the kit is like this, and you need, wie heißt Korken?
Keine Ahnung. Corks.
Corks. Yep.
We need some corks. Then the wire swims on top of the water. And we found out that it's more effective when it's on top than when it's in the bottom. But it worked both.
And the other reason is copper and zinc tube don't are big friends, because with the water, when the copper is connecting the zinc one,
It's like a battery.
is going away the zinc, and the copper is
Like the ionization.
Yeah, like a battery.
It's a reaction.
And so it swims, no problem. And it gets connected. We look, when we fill it with water, where the water runs over first, because it's never 100%. And on that place where it runs over, we put the metal stick in the ground. So when it runs over, it's always wet. And wet is a better connection to the ground.
Yeah, that helps with the conductivity.
Yep.
So it's also good to have the circle of the copper nice and circled. That way there's more coherence.
If you have a big circle, then it first hits the wall and not the thing, so it can't move it to the inside.
Yeah, bigger the circle, the better. So here we have the spiral. What does the spiral do?
We'll get it.
Nimm das mal auf die Seite.
Yeah. So.
The spiral. My wife was in Russia, and they placed 8 stones on the ground and walked in form of the spiral. 1.5 hours, just singing and walking. And after
Dancing.
walking 1.5 hours, you saw, was heißt Nordlicht?
The north lights, the
Oh,
energetic
the
lights.
aurora in the sky. And the Russian people said, that's always the same. We do this every time. And then we do, halt mal. We did a action with 8 people, and we give to the opposite, left and right, we gave the energy like this in a circle. And we had clouds, 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 and dirt on the sky. And in 3 minutes, there was a hole opening like the spiral. And all the people who stand there couldn't believe it. And so we thought to make this spiral with copper, but we have no copper in the body. So we also decided to try it with water. We take a little hose, 6 millimeter, and made the spiral out of plastic and filled water or Agnihotra water in. And when I did this at home and placed it outside on my NHS, went in, 5 minutes later I came out and the air was totally different. So I said to my girlfriend, let's walk around. I want to see where it is similar, how far it is. And we shared also the video how to make the spirals, very simple.
Okay, so one more thing that we will mention is once you've put the NHS2 in the bucket and you've tensioned it down with the wires, you fill it up with water, fill it up to the top, just below 1 centimetre. And then what we're going to do is we're going to start the activation process. So what you would do is you get a pot of water, just a normal pot that you use for spaghetti or rice, maybe 2 litres, 3 litres, it doesn't matter. Clean the pot, make sure it's nice and clean. Boil the water. Once the water is boiled, then you put just a knife tip or a fingernail tip of Agnihotra.
Just
the
itty bitty
tiniest
little.
bit, and you put it into the boiled water and you boil it for
8-10 minutes.
Well, for 3 to 5 minutes is enough
we normally
normally.
do it for 6 minutes.
Yeah.
So boil the Agnihotra water for 6 minutes. Once it's boiled, it's ready to be poured down the tube. So at this stage, we'll also add the information nuggets. Can you show the information nuggets, please? So these are information nuggets which have orgone information on them from the other devices, and inside there was also a ceramic Agnihotra cup which goes in the tube. So the nuggets go in the bucket,
In the bucket,
and
also the glass ball
the glass
go
ball goes
in the tube.
as well as the ceramic in the tube. So when you're doing this process, work with your intention. What do you guys like to do when talking to the nature spirits, elementals? Do you like to do a prayer?
Yes. When we put when you cook the Agnihotra ash, take a big pot, cook it once, and put 1 cup of Agnihotra water inside, and save the other one for the next, so you don't have to cook every time. You can put this somewhere in a bucket and leave it there, and always put fresh Agnihotra water all 2 to 4 weeks inside.
Yeah.
Then we put everything in. At the beginning, we put a little crystal beside for the nature spirits, because they don't want to get in the water. And we invite from our heart the spirits and give them the system to work with. Otherwise, they don't do it. And if you do this, every time I get geese bubbles when we do this. It's phenomenal. It's wow.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So for this we have this little crystals through it and around the NHS. In about 2-3 days you don't found it again. They're away.
Still gone.
They're gone. They put them away.
Yeah.
The little.
So what we like to do is do a little clearing, so to clear our thoughts, to clear our mind, and then we put our intentions out there, and then we invite in the nature spirits to come and go as they please, to work with the systems, and we use the crystals and the gemstones around the base of the bucket as an offering to the nature beings, to the elementals, to come and go, work with the system for the highest good of nature. So with that part, you can make it your own, but it's good to honour the unseen energies and work with the intention. So I believe that's it. We've covered everything. How to build an NHS 2.0. I will also, once again, supply the website of Urs and also Hubert and us in Australia at Green Clean. So thank you for watching and look forward to working together for the highest good of nature. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you.